2021 was a bit of an off year given the disruption of COVID. There was a cancellation of the two major trade shows that usually introduce us to new products, but there's still a bunch of guns that we shot here on the channel, and I'm going to go through a list of them now. The best handguns I shot in 2021. Are you ready? Stand by. Welcome back to the Humble Marksman channel. I'm David, and this is December of 2021, and you know what that means, fam. It's low effort content time. That's right, I'm gonna go through all of the 20 guns that I reviewed on the channel and pick 5 with one honorable mention and talk about the favorite guns that I shot in 2021. Now, there is a stipulation. This isn't only guns that were introduced in 2021, although I think most of them were introduced in 2021. At least one of them wasn't, but that's not gonna stop us because I like what I like, and sometimes I'm behind the curve, and that's okay. If you want more exclusive content on the guns that featured in this video, check out my Patreon where there's a bunch of exclusive content on all the pistols that you see here. And I had actually forgotten about these, but I actually have the Humble Marksman hoodies. So it got chilly this weekend in Texas, and if you want to assert your superiority as having the best taste in YouTube channels, these hoodies will help you do exactly that. So starting with an honorable mention, it is the Hellcat RDP, which is Springfield Armory's micro compact that comes with a compensator and a red dot sight straight from the factory. It builds on the success of the Hellcat, which is a truly great gun in its own right. It's got a great grip, it's got a great trigger, good iron sights, and it actually comes with a red dot and a threaded barrel with a compensator from the factory. I think it's really cool that Springfield is sort of keeping up with the enthusiast market and offering an option that you don't have to modify at all to satisfy those people. So starting at number 5 on the list, it is the Taurus GX4. Didn't see that one coming, did you? If you follow my channel, you'll know that I have a lukewarm hate relationship with Taurus. I'm not paid by anybody to say mean things about Taurus, it just comes to me naturally. The GX4, however, is a brilliant gun, and I got a lot of comments on my video that said that the GX4 has these issues. My version of the GX4 didn't, but it doesn't diminish any issues somebody else happened to have. The GX4 design is significantly better than the G3. The grip is enhanced, the trigger is, it's not just significantly better than the G3C because that's a very low bar to step over because those triggers aren't very good. It's probably the best trigger in that whole micro compact 9mm segment. Taurus really got it right. The sights are very good. The price point is very good. I thought it was a great gun playing full MSRP over $400 when I first bought the gun when it first came out. They're streeting for about $300 now at the end of 2021. So the Taurus GX4 is easier to shoot than most guns in the segment, and I mean, Taurus is doing everything right with the design of that. And that brings us to number 4 on the list, and that is the Smith & Wesson M&P M2.0 Optics Ready model. The M&P 2.0 has possibly the best grip in the polymer striker fired gun segment. They refreshed the M2.0 by adding front serrations on an already great platform, and the trigger versus the 1.0 M&Ps is significantly better. Ergonomics are amazing, the backstrap system is very, very solid. The guns are super shootable, and more importantly, it's truly optics ready out of the box because they give you like 7 optics plates that you can use in the gun versus some other brands which make you buy them or release the gun and don't necessarily even have the optics plates ready, which is kind of like optics capable. So the M&P M2.0 core is truly optics ready and is a heck of a gun. It actually beat out my Glock 19 for carry, and I've been carrying the gun for most of the year. It's a fantastic gun. Moving on up to number 3 on the list, it's actually the Sig Sauer P320 AXG Pro. Now, I stayed away from the P320s for a long time here on the channel, but I kind of jumped in last year with the release of the Scorpion, and the AXG Pro kind of carries that to a whole new level. The aluminum framed P320s are very, very ergonomic, and the X series fire control unit that comes in the guns is super squared away and very easy to shoot accurately. The AXG Pro carries it to the next level by introducing the Pro Cut slide from Sig, which has the window cuts at the front that makes the gun actually feel like it's a 4-inch gun and not a 5-inch gun. So the cyclical rate is very much optimized, being a very soft shooting gun. The fact that the backstrap and the grip panels are removable to where you can actually tailor the shape of the grip even further further to your hand, say if you want like lock palm swells, that elevates the shooting experience to a completely new level over an already very good one. So I've really enjoyed the AXG Pro. It is very expensive, but it's also just a pretty awesome gun to shoot. The number 2 gun on the list is going to be there because of value. It is the Canik Mete SFT. Now, those of you who follow the channel know that I tried an early version of the SFX and you called me a bunch of bad names because that particular gun didn't have great lockup and I had some other issues with the gun. But Canik actually revised their whole scheme and released updates to the TP9 series pistol in the form of the Mete. The Mete remedies pretty much all of the issues I had with the Canik platform and is an amazing gun. The trigger on it, this is full stop, there are no qualifications, is the best striker fire trigger out of the box. The throw on it is insanely short, like 2011 short. The break is very predictable. It is a very easy gun to shoot accurately. Then there's the how much you pay for it piece. It's only about $500 in the fourth quarter of 2021. That's coming with 2 mags and a holster and 1 optic plate. So it's truly optics ready as well. You may be noticing a theme here. Unfortunately, that optic is only for the RMSC footprint, so you're going to be stuck using the little baby window dots, but honestly, those have come a long way and there's some really great options in that footprint now. With as good as the Canik Mete is, I'm curious just what to expect from the rival. It's their competition gun that's going to be dropping in the first part of next year, so stay tuned for that. All right, here we are, about to have number 1. But before we get to number 1, I'd like to know what your top 5 are. So comment below what your top 5 are, or simply call me an idiot for including something on the list that you don't like, to which I will introduce you to the ultimate reversal here on the internet. And for those of you who get the combo breaker reference and actually played that game in the arcade, go ahead and hit the like button. So the number 1 gun for 2021 is actually a gun that I don't think was introduced in 2021. It was introduced in 2020, and that is the Walther Q4 SF. The Q4 SF is basically the perfect blend of concealability and shootability while still being able to carry the gun, albeit it is a little bit heavy. It comes with removable grip so you can customize the shape of the grip to your hand and get the trigger reach how you need it to shoot the pistol well. The trigger out of the box is easily one of the best available in the striker fire gun segment. And Walther's taking the first party support for the product to the next level by offering the dynamic performance trigger kit, a bunch of different grip options, and even holsters to support their product. So they're not relying on the third party to support their product, which is pretty cool. So the grip shape on the Q4 SF is sort of what I like to call a mullet grip, where it's like a compact up front, but a full size in the rear. I don't know, you tell me what you'd call that grip. So the grip length is kind of squared away to the point where you can actually carry the darn thing. If your belt is good enough, because it weighs about 40 ounces. But that 40 ounces makes the gun super duper shootable. It's super pleasant to shoot. It's got a full 4-inch barrel, so it gets generally the most velocity that any commercially loaded 9mm rounds needs, because most of those are optimized for a 4-inch barreled gun. But the shorter slide and the balance of the gun is so improved over the 5-inch model, and that's just a comment I have generally. A 4-inch slide in frame is generally going to be better balanced than a 4.5 or even 5-inch version of the same gun. And as a result, the gun becomes super easy to shoot. There's not as much bucking as the slide closes. It just feels much more balanced. The ergonomics are so squared away, I had no choice but to shoot accurately with it. Like, I was legitimately impressed how well I could shoot the Q4 SF with basically no warm-up session. The sights that come on it are excellent. They are black target sights, which are suitable for co-witness sights, which you would have to buy an aftermarket plate to get the co-witness rear, but that option still is available to you. Again, this is a very expensive gun, but I would go ahead and say that it is worth it. The quality on the Walther Q4 SF series, like just racking the slide, playing with all of the controls, it far outshines any of the $500 or $600 counterparts. Is it worth it to spend that much more money to get basically a thing that will do the same thing as the other thing? I mean, it depends where you are in the world of gun owners, whether you're an enthusiast and you want a product that's going to be super awesome for you, or if you just want something that's going to go bang when you pull the trigger. Your answer is obviously going to vary to that, but actually getting to shoot the pistol, I would say that the Q4 is super shootable. It's basically suited for any role you could put the pistol in, and for that reason, it is my number 1 gun for 2021. So before signing off, here's your last opportunity to run down to the comments and tell me how wrong I am. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. But if you made it this far, here's last year's list for 2020, and here is the review for the Walther Q4SF. I appreciate you guys sticking with the channel through 2021, and I look forward to sharing laughs with you in 2022. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.